at the Tekken World Tour Finals, I was hopeful for that specific mission to be accomplished. Like, can they purge the dark cloud? Can we be excited for Tekken again? Can people outside of Tekken look into the community or like peek in and be like, hey, it looks like there's some fun going on? But instead, with all of the follow-up backlash, with the way that they've structured the patch notes, the way they talked about the game, the way that the patch is in like completely different directions, some changes good, some changes bad, it feels like they failed at that objective of kind of restoring goodwill with the community. So among that situation, if you've been tapped into the Tekken scene, you've probably seen that Spag resumed the Heat Speak podcast. He'd stopped the podcast in the past. This is a podcast that Bandai Namco executives have actually been watching, and he stopped doing it due to the negativity he received, due to the hesitation people who've been invited to the podcast have expressed in speaking. It's been a really negative time to be someone so passionate about Tekken to kind of be pushed away. But this Heat Speak was really refreshing. Obviously, Eris was on it. I'm not going to summarize it because I think that it's worth a listen to on its own, but I wanted to add on to things that I thought were pretty cool about it, and things that maybe needed elaboration or things that really spoke to me. Again, I'll link it. I think it's totally worth a listen. But there were some technical moments I wanted to kind of highlight, and then some zoomed out like emotional moments. And I think if you were, when I was listening to this, I asked myself the question, like, is hope lost? Like, are we doomed when it comes to Tekken? And I think that obviously depends on your perspective. I think it depends what type of game you enjoy. And I just want to elaborate on specific points in here and point out things I really liked. But is hope lost? I don't know. I think I'm the type of person to be a Tekken fan forever. I like whatever they do and update or things like that. I would want to come back and check it out. Like, I grew up with the series. I love the IP. I love the characters. And Joey Fury put it really well that, beneath the garbage heap, you can still see the Tekken happening, So I see myself always coming back, but it's definitely a hard time to be a die-hard Tekken fan where I invest so much time and energy into this. But let me talk about some of the points that I enjoyed. I have it playing on 1.5 speed because I just want to get some quick points without misquoting people. But one point here is when Super Akuma's talking about what Season 2 fumbled on and Season 3 fumbled on, is he talks about the randomness of the game. And Eris kind of calls him out, like, what is random here? I'll play the section real quick.
Like, just making defense more varied in what you have to do in making it harder to defend and easier to attack, that was interesting. But they just added more randomness, which is hard to defend because things are just difficult, and hard to defend because things are just random. And I feel like maybe
what is random? You gotta be more clear about that. What is random?
Like, there's more situations that are a straight guess, whereas before you'd have like weighted options. Like, they're more likely to do that, right? With way more reward.
Now, so I think Super Akuma is pressed here in an accurate way. Like, what is random? Fighting games at their core are like fast-paced rock, paper, scissors. There's always an element of randomness. There's always an element of guessing. But what I think is a better way to phrase it, at least from my perspective, and me and Super Akuma agree on a lot of things, so I think it's a fair way to say it, is that the rock, paper, scissors used to be more layered. He talks here about the weighing of the options. It's rare in older Tekkens that you would have a rock, paper, scissors situation where there's not much else you can do to mitigate it. And getting your opponent into a guessing situation like that also took more skill. So I think the misstep of Season 2 in a lot of ways is that you are put in more rock, paper, scissors situations that really boil down to a 50-50. I'll link a previous video, but I talked before about a lot of stance situations. You can go through all the defensive options: sidestep, duck, backdash, armor, match, lots of options. It's precision engineered such that you really are just worried about option A or option B. There's not a lot of counterplay that you can apply that increases the depth and complexity. And that's what's kind of a shame. That's why it's frustrating. Is no matter how good you are, you're still good, right? And again, there's still Tekken that does happen outside of that, but in those situations themselves, like the Street Fighter 6 throw you type of situation, there's not a lot of depth there.
That's not random. That's not random at all.
Maybe random's not the right word. It's a lot more straight guessing rather than weighing the options.
And I think that's basically the point I wanted to make, is that random isn't the word. It's less layering of the situation. Also, I think this is a fun point from Super Akuma.
Weighted options. Like, they're more likely to do that because it's way more reward.
He says the options are weighted because a certain option gives more reward. I thought it was funny because if you watch European gameplay, that's kind of the metagame they play. I would argue that you weigh your options by risk, like the analysis of, is this risk with the information I have with the reward. But Super Akuma, could be a Freudian slip, just said you weigh it by the reward, which does feel like a very European way of playing Tekken, where they will do a crazy option because they have the reason to reward it. And I can't hate on it. It's effective. But I thought it was a fun point. Another point that I thought was pretty good is Joey Fury talked about the developer's vision feeling very divided and kind of inconsistent. I'll pull up that quote here.
The developers, they definitely do to criticism and suggestion. You know, Aerosmith is making this point, or perhaps playing devil's advocate of like, they've got their vision, and they're doing it, and this is what it is, and you either like it or you don't. That's really true. I kind of get the feeling that, like I was mentioning before, there are things being like pulled in different directions. Like maybe certain people on the development team have like an idea, and I get a feeling like a producer comes in and says, no, make it more like this. Make it like more high power, faster pace this. And I feel like there's tension in the balance. And
I'll say that I think this is nice to hear from Joey. I think that when expressing this type of concern in the past about developers being pulled in different directions and kind of maybe giving grace to people who are doing a lot of the game design itself, it was easy for a lot of online Tekken fans to call people out as shills for defending the developers, things like that. But Joey Fury isn't a YouTuber, you know? He is primarily a music teacher right now. He teaches piano, and he does play Tekken. But I think that hearing it from him is kind of refreshing in that sense. Like, it's something you can see as a student of the game, reading the patch notes, like, analyzing the game design. It's pretty clear that it feels like things are pulled in different directions.
sometimes a move will get changed, like frame data or property will get changed, and then it'll get changed back to what it was before later. You know, like there's this flip-flopping thing that goes on, right? Or even
Come and get some. I dare you.
Round one. Fight.
¿Tienes café? ¿Necesitas más café?
Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight.
Uno, dos, tres. You're finished.
Round three. Fight.
Have another. You're finished. Have another.
Round four. Fight.
You're finished. Have another.
Final round. Fight.
This hurts. You're finished.
You lose. Round one. Fight. Fight. Round 3. Fight.
Have another. You're finished.
Round 4. Fight.
You're finished. You're not getting away. Die in silence. Goodbye.
Get ready for the next
And just
battle.
subtle things like the frames on Claudio back 3-3. Like it's minus 12. Now it's minus 10. Now it's minus 12 again.
Yeah, so Claudio has this 2-hit string where he knees you and then he does an axe kick, right? In season 1 it was minus 12, at the end of Tekken 7 it was minus 12. And then in season 2 they made it minus 10. And then now back in season 3 they made it minus 12 again. So like they can't lock in on what they want out of it either. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense to me what's happening here. And that's just one tiny example, but the fact that again that they nerfed Anna and Asuka in really precise ways that feel really good, and then buff characters like Victor, not to hate on Victor in particular, but just like they buffed him in a way that people were complaining about already. So it exacerbates that kind of frustration, you know. And Super Akuma brings up earlier in the podcast that it feels like in many ways they forgot that it's a 2-player game, and
Get
when
ready
you
for the
make
next
an attacking
battle.
character's option stronger, you have to consider what that does to the defender, you know. And I think that
Round 1. Fight. Round 4. Fight. You win. Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight. Round 4. Fight.
¿Tienes café?
Final round. Fight. Je te tiens. Round 1. Fight.
Je te tiens. Trop lent. Trop lent. Trop lent. Coup de grâce.
Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight.
Trop lent.
Serait-il possible de réserver une table?
Get ready for the next battle.
there's not enough consideration for what it feels like to not be the attacker, whether it's combo duration being so long that the defender has very few points of interaction, or the mix-up game where the defender is guessing between a few options and there isn't a lot of agency there. I think that's a good point that Super Akuma made earlier, and it's a point we've been talking about a lot in Season 2 as well, and it was disappointing to see it come back in Season 3. This point in particular really stood out to me personally. Eris makes a point about Soul Calibur because, for those who don't know, he was really good at Soul Calibur 2. Extremely good at Soul Calibur 2. So when they released Soul Calibur 3, he disagreed with the design heavily. And the way he describes this kind of gave me a bit of emotional points of relatability. Obviously, I'm not friends with Eris. I don't know him outside of his like online persona and things like that, and a few messages we've exchanged. But I think that it was cool hearing his perspective from a similar situation.
I don't know if this is
Es hora de entrar. Aquí viene el espectáculo de Azucena.
Round 1. Fight. Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. You win. Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. Round four. Fight. Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. Round four. Fight. Final round. Fight. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight.
¡Vamos!
Fight. Final round. Fight. You win.
Get ready for the next battle.
Fácil. Fácil.
Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight.
Vamos a divertirnos. Por aquí. ¿Tienes café? ¿Necesitas más café?
Round two. Fight.
segue into the third topic you have written here, but this what happened to Tekken 8, the exact thing happened to Soul Calibur, and it happened.
Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight.
¿Tienes café? ¿Necesitas más café?
Round four. Fight. Get ready for the next battle.
In 2004, the exact thing. And you know what? It could have been by the exact same culprits. I don't know if that's true, but literally the exact things that you guys are saying. I can't believe I'm fighting this. This is like a laser beam that appeared. I was saying this stuff when I was 19, 20, 21. Like, dude, what happened to just swords? What happened to just nunchucks? We were fighting like martial arts. Now there's flames and
ready for the
explosions.
next
And they've added all
battle.
these, like, I swear I experienced this exact moment, except all those years ago. And I
Round one. Fight. Fight. Round one. Fight. Round two. Fight. Round three. Fight. Round four. Fight. You win.
La mezcla de Azucena es genial. Tú también lo crees, ¿no?
Round one. Fight. Fight.
Fácil.
Get ready for the next battle. Get ready for the next battle. Round one. Fight.
Fight. Round 2. Fight. Round 3. Fight. Get ready for the next battle.
Believe that it allowed me to let go of Tekken so much easier because I already experienced this turbulence with Soul Calibur. I loved Soul Calibur so much, you have no idea. It was the most important thing in the whole world to me when I was 18. I traveled all over the place. I really wanted to just dedicate everything to it. And when
Yeah, and I think that really spoke to me. You know, I think a lot of people see me as like a Tekken 8 YouTuber, like a newcomer in Tekken 7, but like I grew up, the pictures of me as a baby playing Tekken 1 with my cousin before I could like speak. I grew up playing Tekken 3 with my dad. I played Tekken Tag 2 in late high school. Tekken has been like a part of my life for so long, and I think it was really cool that Tekken 7 gave me an opportunity to really dive into it, pour a lot of energy into it, engage with a bigger community, build an audience off of that. I've cared about it a lot. So the emotional response I had to season 2 and season 3, I used to think like, wow, this is so unreasonable. It's a video game. It's an update. Why am I so emotionally invested in this? And I think
Round 1. Fight.
hearing
Get
it
ready for
from
the
somebody
next
who
battle.
has gone through it and has, learned to detach himself from that kind of cycle is helpful. It's helpful because this is really my first time experiencing, for lack of a better phrase, like being alienated by a franchise. And maybe that sounds dramatic, but it's like you can feel the developer making decisions that feel actively against what people are asking for, the design choice that we're fans of. I say we, it's too big of a blanket statement, but me and the community of friends that I built playing Tekken. And so, I like hearing this from Eros.
Soul Calibur 3 came out, and who's to say, this is another thing, right? Look, I'll come back to this moment in my point later, but when it came out, I was heartbroken. And for the same reasons that you guys are complaining, I was heartbroken. It changed the game, right? But now, all these years later, what has occurred is that some people think that the way it changed after Soul Calibur 2 is better. And some people say Soul Calibur 4 is the best one ever, or 5 is the best one ever, or 3 is the best one ever, because what occurred is people who liked the old version became extinct, and new people came that liked the new version. So when it comes to the future of Tekken, that is one potential future of Tekken. Maybe
ready
over
for
the
the
years,
next
people
battle.
will say, man, that's old Tekken 7 style. They changed it after that, and we love it much more now, and you never know.
Round 1. Fight.
¿Tienes café?
You win. Get
At
ready
the
for the
time, I was
next battle.
appalled that they added magical moves to a game that had no flames, no fireballs. It was just appalling to me. But give it 5 years, give it 10 years. People will literally say, well, Tekken's been this way forever. It's always been an anime goofy game. Look, and we love it now. That's the way we want it, you know?
Yeah, and as someone who's a big fan of like nostalgia or like old crafts,